I didn't put my cape on.
No capes.
I'm a little embarrassed.
No capes.
We're live here with Daniel Dellanno.
Yeah, the E-Cray. Bring up Dellanno.
Yeah.
I don't even have an I in my last name.
Why does he call you Dellanno?
I don't know. My last name is Dellanno.
Yeah.
It's 2 L's and 2 N's.
It's a lot of letters.
It's a lot of letters, but it's the first time. It's the first time I've ever been called Dellanno. Everyone just calls me. Who's the president with polio? Dellanno.
Oh, Dellanno.
Dellanno.
Dellanno?
Franklin Delano
Franklin
Roosevelt.
Delano Roosevelt.
Dellanno was his name?
D-E-L.
Yeah, it was
What's his
Delano.
I thought it was Eleanor.
That's his wife.
Wait, so his
Eleanor
wife's
Roosevelt.
name is Eleanor and his name is Dellanno?
His middle name.
Well, yeah.
Delano. No O-R at the end.
Dellin. I never knew that was his name.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Dellanor or something. Franklin Eleanor Roosevelt. Franklin Delano Roosevelt. That's what it sounds like to me.
You're just wrong. You just.
I believe you. I know.
Your name was signed up Delano at Mello's mind.
At Mello's out, yeah, because I asked Ty, I'm like, hey, can you put up my name? And then, yeah.
So he also?
Yeah, Ty wrote it as Delano.
Oh. Did you hear E-Craig call you Delano?
Yeah,
Oh,
he knows
okay.
my name.
He did it as a joke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, it's just similarly as I did just now, so that wasn't all that original actually. When I just did it.
Well, none of us know whether or not E-Craig is joking.
No, we all know this.
I think he's serious.
I think
he doesn't know the name. So what? You were like doing comedy like earlier on. Like people are starting to open up and shit, right? Like we knew comedy for a while, right?
Right.
Just because of the quarantine, right?
Yeah, we were out because everything stopped like March. I remember that because I just got in my car like March 10th. And then like just like 2 weeks later, everything, or like a week later, everything like stopped. There was quarantine.
Yeah.
We all had to stay inside.
Right after you got a car.
Right after I know I finally break your head. Right after I got my car. And then yeah, we were out, and then apparently like mics. I kind of started doing mics again in July.
July, okay.
But it was like once.
What made you decide to start doing it again?
I just needed to get out.
Yeah. Was it like?
I don't know about you guys, but I get like low key depressed when I can't do stand up.
Yeah.
Like I start to lose it, so I did it. Yeah, July, but then it was like once a week, and then really everything started opening up. September, I would say, is when things like I'm doing like what 5 a week.
You can do 5 a week right now?
Yeah,
Wow.
5 or 6.
There's must be like stuff I don't know is open.
Well, you could do so Mondays. There's the Jimmy Mac's in Marietta, the Mellows Room McCracken's in Marietta, and then Tuesdays you could do. There's a few on Tuesdays. You can do like Scepter Brewery. That's recently opened up.
I heard
But then
of that.
Cat's Cafe was opened up.
That's an open mic?
Okay. But like Cat's Cafe, because that's a Maurice Sims room. But like he wasn't really there. So like yeah, you could get up every time, but he's back now, so you can't really get up there anymore.
Okay.
But then there's like Craves and Little 5 Points. And then so you can do like 2 mics on Tuesday. Wednesday is Miami Lounge. It's a hookah lounge. So it's brutal, but you can do it. You can do it.
Where's that?
It's Norcross. Norcross.
Okay.
Thursdays, sometimes Atlanta Comedy Theater. If they don't have a headliner, they'll do an open mic.
Okay.
Fridays, there's nothing really. There's Oak, I think, but that's another Maurice Sims room. Saturdays, there's the Late Show at Uptown.
Oh.
Yeah, like 12:30 past.
And these are like
That's an open?
sign-up places?
Yeah, these are open mics. But I mean that's the airport.
Yeah, well, I live near there.
Oh, you live near the airport? Yeah, you try that, Mike.
This is late as shit, though.
It is late as shit.
But that's probably better. Make it.
It's late as shit, and like I'm just tired from the week from working.
Yeah, man, I got
I
it.
work on the weekends.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I do the opposite. I don't work during the week right
You do?
now. I work at Six Flags. Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So I work like Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
He's a cowboy at Six Flags though.
Yeah.
That's like, he's not like taking tickets or anything. He's an actor.
Yeah.
at
I
Six
act in
Flags,
a
so
Comedy Wild West show.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
that sounds a lot cooler than
That's a
I work
lot
at Six
cooler.
Flags.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Probably lead with that. Lead with that. How long have you been doing that?
This is my 10th season there.
Fuck, dude.
Season. Wow, look at that.
Time
You're
goes.
syndicated.
Time goes. Oh yeah, you should get that. Get those royalties.
That'd be nice if I just leave like, okay, you guys pay me every week I'm not there.
Yeah, for real. Dang, a cowboy? Have you been a cowboy all 10 seasons?
Yeah. I've done a little bit I did like a pirate show like 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
She's a water cowboy.
It's some water cowboy.
Yeah. Well, I guess they're just stealing shit. Cowboys don't steal shit. Cowboys are like upstanding.
I guess
Pirates
so.
are like assholes.
Yeah.
that steal
They're like the
shit.
opposite, actually. Really.
Yeah.
I guess a pirate and a Viking are more similar, right?
Yeah.
Cowboys steal your grass. That's it.
Your grass.
Because their cows eat it up.
Okay. And your oil, right? Your milkshake.
Well, I mean, not
The
technical
milkshake.
cowboy.
Yeah, you know that movie, What There Will Be Blood?
There will be blood,
No.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Watch that. It's is it a Western? Would you say it's a Western?
Yeah,
They're not cowboys, but it's like a
oil.
Western.
He's an oil bear.
It's an oil bear. Yeah. But you never heard that? I drink your milkshake thing. You may have heard it and you just didn't register because you know what it is.
I'm
Daniel
always
Day-Lewis
also
like performance with
fucking
Paul
child.
Dano.
Oh, child.
Yeah, so
Yeah, you are young. How old are you?
I'm 20 now.
20. Yeah.
You're 20.
Yeah.
Sure, you're a millennium baby.
No, I'm
No,
Generation
he's
after
20.
millennium.
No,
I'm a
yeah,
Gen Z.
a millennium. The
Oh, a millennial. I
2000.
was saying millennial.
You're born
My
in
bad.
2000.
Yeah, I was born in 2000.
Yeah, that's right. Like,
Yeah.
my
This
nephew's born. in
He's
2000.
actually, this is the Y2K virus.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I survived. But yeah, I'm a Gen Z, I think, technically.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm after millennials. You guys are.
No, I didn't mean millennial. Yeah, I think we're millennials.
Yes, yeah, for sure. We're like right up in the meat of the millennials.
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Millennial is, I don't know if there's an exact age range, but basically you came of age during the millennium.
Oh, that's the
So
idea.
we were,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Of age?
yeah, you came of age. So you could have been 10, you could have been 16, you could have been 20, I guess, you know?
What the fuck does of age mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
There's got to be set years somewhere.
You know,
that
when-
somebody decided on.
When cherries turn ripe, they're ready for plucking.
Oh, so
When
20
girls
years
turn
old? Is
16?
that whenever it happened for you?
I don't know.
I think it happened
Yeah,
for you
first
whenever you
night.
were 10.
What?
Puberty. That's what you're
Oh,
talking
yeah, I
about.
went through puberty at 10. When do you think
This
you'll go
motherfucker had
through?
a huge
What do I think I'll go through
puberty?
puberty? Shit, like 10 years.
I didn't realize you were 20, man. That's so young.
Yeah, oh baby.
Well, that's good. You got started with stand-up
Mm-hmm.
pretty early.
How long you been at it?
2 years.
2 years. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Little over. It's technically 2 years.
Okay.
Had a lot of pauses in between, like involuntary pauses.
Okay.
Just like Corona's one of them. Cars breaking down
Yeah.
is another one, and then like just having to like work and save up money again to buy a car.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
How long were you without?
like 4 months because I started July 2018, and then I didn't have a job at the time, so I didn't have gas money. So like I couldn't really get up until January of 2019. That's when I really started hitting it. I was doing like 13 mics a week.
Man,
That's so
wow.
crazy.
Yeah, I was doing like 13
Yeah.
like a week.
And
then-
working?
Yeah, and
Wow,
working.
that's
'Cause I was working
crazy.
at Target Cafe, so like, and it was part time. So yeah, I could make most of the mics, and then sometimes if I work the morning shift, I can easily make a mic. And then sometimes when I work late night or the night shift, I get off at like 8:30. So I would just leave in my Target uniform, smelling like pizzas and
Yeah.
fucking popcorn to a mic. But then I worked, so I did that like comedy from like January to May. But like I had a 1995 Nissan Sentra.
Nice.
And yeah, well, that mileage was not nice for this. it died on the Jimmy Carter Boulevard exit. Like I was coming from Punchline. Yeah, I was coming from Punchline at like 12, and it just dies on the boulevard or the exit ramp. And then I'm out to like September. That's when I went to Boston. And then I did it all to Boston, but then I drop out of school, come back in January, don't have a car, and then no one was hiring. So like I had to wait. I finally got a job in February, and then I got a car back in March.
Man.
Second I get a car back, quarantine hits.
Wow.
So yeah, so now I'm back doing comedy. So I've really only done comedy for like, it's probably like 8 months now.
All together.
Yeah, all
like
together.
spurts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's you know, I think you're good though. I mean, like it's not like
for sure.
yeah, you know, you're I probably like the same way, but you know, a lot of people are still not wanting to do mics and stuff nowadays. You know what I mean? Like because of the coronavirus.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
There's some fear. But shoot, it's over in Georgia. Like
Yeah.
the way we're acting, Georgians do not care about coronavirus.
Yeah, I think just being closer to the city is why we see a little more people that still do care. But I feel like the majority of the state, I totally agree.
Yeah, the city, yeah, because they're surrounded by people. So I guess it's that fear of like, oh shoot, I actually might have it. But like when you live out in the suburbs and you're secluded and then you don't have contact with people, you're like, oh, I guess this is over. I think that's their thing.
You don't think it's kind of like a political thing? Like it seems like a lot of it was like a left versus right thing, where like people on the right were like, nah, fuck it, whatever, and people on the left were like, we have to be concerned, you know. And generally, people in cities tend to be more left leaning.
Yeah. I think the right are just more bold about not caring.
Yeah.
The left, they don't really care too anymore because they're still going out and shopping with their masks, and taking walks and stuff like that in the park with a bunch of people. So I think just the left is pretending to care.
I think there is a lot of pretending on both sides.
Yeah.
About like tribalism. Like, yeah, this is my point of view. So, and I feel like the whole coronavirus thing, there was so much of that. It was so much like, especially early on, like back in like March and April.
Yeah.
Like it seems to have let up a lot though, for sure. But there's still those people holding out that are like, nah, man, you're killing people if you do comedy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that is. But shoot, if you go to these open mics, there's not that many people there, so we're not really killing anybody.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of
Just
losers
killing
anyway.
Yeah, they all deserved it. Touchables.
So I really appreciate you coming on. One thing that we do is we give a gift to our guests. We got you a little gift here.
Oh, toilet paper. This is gold.
Yeah.
What's it called? Yeah, back in like June, you could sell this for $30K easily.
And if you look at the, it's called some weird shit. It's like some kind of Asian
Super
brand.
soft lover.
Super soft.
This is
Super
an Asian
soft
brand.
lover.
This is what, made in Wuhan?
I don't know. Yeah. This one says the fooding of falling in love with you.
Oh, this is virgin pulp.
Virgin what?
Pulp.
Virgin pulp.
I don't know what virgin
What?
pulp is.
That's
that sounds horrible.
Sounds something about your asshole.
It sounds like girls' first
Oh.
menstruation.
Virgin pulp.
Virgin toilet paper for a virgin asshole.
Yeah, this is. So this is from Wuhan. This is a.
I don't know. Possibly. Maybe that's why it was so cheap.
This is for the version 2 of Ebola. That's what this is.
SARS-3. And then the other gift I got you is a joke. So I wrote a joke, and you can have it. I'm going to give you this joke. You're going to get to tell. Yeah. All right. So what's the deal with old fashions. You know that cocktail, old fashions.
Uh-huh.
I mean, how old is it? Like when it's been called old fashioned forever. It should just be called prehistoric now.
That's your joke.
You get a hold of this tag.
That's your joke.
Probably the dinosaurs drank old fashions.
That's
You can have it. That's
my joke?
yours. Yeah, you go start telling it now.
yeah. I'm gonna use your toilet paper for that joke. I'll just fuck with you. But no, appreciate the toilet paper though.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, I'm gonna come home, show my mom this toilet paper.
Take all kinds of dumps.
I don't need your toilet paper, bitch.
Yeah, for real. That's shit. That's better pay than most rooms you do. So shit.
And you can use it. It's not just for the butt either. Use on the front.
On the front,
Pat your penis hole.
your penis hole.
Yeah.
Little jerk off cleanup.
There we go. Jesus,
There you
God, I
go.
was like,
Are
are
you
we
talking about?
children?
Are you talking about after you take a piss?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pat it.
You wipe after a piss?
Because you never know when you're gonna get your dick sucked.
True. You just shake it. Shake it.
I always know I'm not pretty much.
Keyword there is never. Never know.
It's like I just know. There's no use.
So we were talking about beat poetry earlier. You know what beat poetry is?
Yeah.
Are you a fan of beat? What's your take on beat poetry?
I took a class in college on beat, like the Kerouacs.
Okay, so
Wait, is there a okay? So you're talking about beat poetry like the beats, but not like I think we were talking about spoken word.
Oh, I'm thinking.
I think beat
maybe
poetry.
I have the wrong.
I think you're saying the wrong.
There's like beat. Apparently, that's like a genre or like an era.
Yeah, that I know what you're talking. Now that you say that, I'm like, oh, that's what beat poetry is. Yeah, Jack Kerouac. And
Yeah,
I'm talking about
Yeah.
like the thing where it's like kind of like it's not quite a poem and it's not quite a rap, and it just rhymes sometimes.
but it has like a rhythm.
Kind of, yeah, it has a rhythm to it, but it doesn't rhyme all the time. Every once in a while, there's a rhyme, and it's really irritating because you're trying to find the rhyming pattern and it's not there,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really stupid. It's like, everyone, I come and think about how I thought in my head how the world can be so crazy. Instead, I don't know if I can make it in this world, and I'm going to go to the store later on. I'm a whore. I don't know.
It's real like typically it's people that feel like the way they say it. It's like they think they're really profound.
Mhm.
Like they're delivering some like big fucking punches that are gonna like change the world. You know that kind have you ever heard that kind of shit?
No,
Okay.
so they're not changing the world because I've
Yeah.
never heard that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
I've never.
I have heard some, very little.
Pull some
good
shit up.
spoken
Can
word.
you play that one that you sent the other day? Where's my phone?
No, I don't.
Oh, cool. I'll play it real quick. Actually, funny thing, my college graduation,
Mhm.
the valedictorian, the guy who gave the speech,
Yeah,
he did it in that format.
he did.
Oh, really?
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
And it was so fucking lame. What's going on over there?
It said iPhone storage full, but I mean it's still going. I don't know why it's not strictly
Cool.
storing it.
So I don't even. Yeah. So let me pull this one up so I can play it.
No need to write my biography.
Yeah.
You'd write to read what would never be read because what people need is an epic story. One with highs and lows, the gory to glory. Those always start with the heroes in last place because how else do you show a fast pace to
There's a
first
rhyme.
place?
There's a rhyme.
But I was born with silver spoon, running shoes, positioned to win with my privileged race. Men say be sensible and sensual, and you'll come in second, which for women is winning, by the way, so accept it with grace.
Was that a rhyme? I don't know.
Yes, I'm a woman,
Place
so
of
there's
grace,
a patriarchy, but actually I've had everything I need. Lots of love and some space to grow, and when that's
It's all like
achievable,
this.
I have places
What's
to
really
go
funny to me about
expand
this one though is that like usually you're talking about things that are like struggles you're dealing with.
Uh-huh.
But she keeps saying, I have no struggle. I have nothing wrong with my life.
I was confused.
Yeah.
It's just like, fuck the patriarchy. Then she's like, it's actually kind of cool being
Yeah.
being a woman.
There is no
Yeah.
outer space to compare with the
All right, we can stop playing this
And
garbage.
if you've had a taste.
Okay.
So what's your take on that? Cool
But
or lame?
that's one of the worst examples of spoken poetry, though. Spoken word, I feel like whenever it started, it was probably better.
I feel like that's like what they do on the Apple commercials or whatever. Or
Yeah,
you know,
you're
like
right.
Apple commercials, and they got like that jazzy beat in the background. And
Oh.
it's like, hey, buy a MacBook. It's
Yeah,
just a charger in the back.
it's spot on. It totally fucking commercialized that
Yeah.
style. Yeah,
I haven't seen that Mac commercial. Is that?
I haven't seen that.
No,
one,
but like
it's
that's
got that
that's
vibe.
the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from the video.
That's
Yeah,
But the I guess it's not. I don't know what you call it.
we are world changers.
it's just spoken word.
It's
Spoken word poetry.
yeah, it's fucking word poetry.
Slam poetry, is that
Slam poetry. Maybe that's it.
No, I think
What
slam's
is slam?
different.
Slam's it?
Slam is like hard hitting.
Yeah, I think that's what that's trying to be, though.
Yeah, it's trying to be
That's
slam.
like because slam I think started in the 90s, 80s or 90s,
Uh-huh.
and slam was like
Sam's
it
like
was meaningful. It really had some
yeah.
shit. There's a movie I saw called I think it was called Slam. It's
Mhm.
fucking that's got some great
Slam poetry.
like that kind of like style, and it's kind of like that, but like that's like a really watered down,
Yeah.
shitty fucking version of that.
Slam the 8 Mile for poetry.
I mean, like
Lose yourself in the
rap is poetry, isn't it? That's basically real spoken word poetry, basically, right?
well, yeah, rap is it's rhythm and poetry.
Mhm.
That's what it stands for, I think.
Oh, really? Holy shit! I didn't know. It's
Wait a
stood for
minute,
anything.
but
yeah, I think it stands for
I thought
rhythm
people
and
said rap like way before, meaning like talking before the music thing came out. I don't know. Maybe
I think so. I think the word rap has been around forever, but I think somewhere, this might be like Malcolm Moore's definition of it, but like rap, I think stands for rhythm and poetry. I think that's what someone said. Rap.
Yeah, you can go back and
Yeah.
say. So just like MC stands for Master of Ceremonies,
Mm-hmm.
but it could also stand for mic control.
Yeah. So I think
go
hip
back
hop gave rap its own like definition.
Okay, that makes sense.
But yeah, rap is definitely poetry. Not so much the rappers now, but the rappers of old.
Just like
I think that's a cool thing. I think rap can vary between like stuff that's less poetic and stuff that's more poetic,
Mm.
and that's kind of what why I think they don't just call it poetry.
Yeah,
It's more than that.
I prefer the lyricists though.
Oh,
I don't really like the mumble rappers that much because they're all saying the same shit. It's just like "fuck you, bitch," and then it's like a dope beat. That's about it. I like the Big Sean, the Kendrick Lamars, the J. Cole's, and stuff like that.
I need to.
I
need to
kind of
get
know
into
some
that.
of it. It's
Everybody
not
tells
too
me
much
this.
though.
Yeah.
What about Ice Cube?
He's in trouble lately.
Have you heard about that?
Yeah,
That's
Ice Cube's in
anyone.
trouble.
So he's in the news a lot for you know what he did? You know the details?
Ice Cube, he got in trouble because he got in trouble with black people because he's like, I'm gonna work with Trump. I forgot what the hell they're working on.
So he's got some kind of plan to benefit the black community, and he's working with Trump to enact the plan.
Yeah.
But I don't understand why he should get in trouble for that, because what he's trying to do is a positive thing.
Mhm.
So why is he in trouble just because he's working with the president when people don't like the president? You know what I mean?
Because it's kind of like the whole Kanye situation too.
Because Kanye's like endorsing Trump though, right? Or he was before
He
he was running against
was.
him.
But also too, it's that whole like this guy who says he doesn't really like us, and then you're gonna work with him.
What did he say though? 'Cause I hear it a lot. I hear like secondhand stuff, but I haven't actually heard any quotes.
Who,
from
Ice
Trump.
Cube?
No, Trump.
Oh, Trump.
I've
I don't
heard
even
him
know.
say
I don't
anything.
even Trump's. I don't think Trump
He
said
says
anything
insane
about.
shit.
I don't think he said anything about Ice Cube. I don't I've heard nothing about like from the even like politician side. It's only from like Ice Cube. But he said he's working with like not just Trump. He said he's working with the Democrats and Republicans for whatever the hell it is.
Well, he said he offered his help to both parties, and the Democrats said, "Well, let's see what happens after the election."
Oh, for real?
And then the Republicans said, "Yeah, let's do it."
Let's
so
do
he
it.
was like, "All right, let's do it."
Because the Republicans are being smart because like, all right, let's try to get some of the black vote. It's chestnut checkers. Chestnut checkers.
Yeah.
For, me personally, I don't trust any. I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican. I don't trust.
If you're a politician,
Yeah, I don't trust.
it's not that they're all compromised, but you're put in a position where everybody's going to be trying to compromise. Everybody's going to be trying to get corrupt you, and so there's probably shit ton of them that fall.
Because like my thing with like the presidents, anyone who wants to lead an entire country of people, you gotta have something a little bit.
Yeah.
Something a little crazy about you.
Yeah.
There was this preview for the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror this year.
Yeah.
And it was like Homer was in the voting booth, and he was like, "I don't know who to vote for." And then Lisa came in, and she was wearing a mask, like a COVID mask. And she was like, "You don't know who to vote for. Don't you remember all the horrible things that happened this year?" And they popped it up on screen. And the thing was, all of it was like insane shit that Trump said.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like actual like
it wasn't actual events.
It wasn't events. It was like weird shit he said, like grab people by the pussy and shit like that, you know, like stuff like that.
Putting up the quotes.
Yeah, they were putting up the quotes. So I just thought it was weird that her idea of that there wasn't any like solid thing that they could point to. It was just crazy shit that he said.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, they probably could have done better. Especially Simpsons could have done better.
It was this year?
Yeah. It's going to come out this year. It's actually going to come out after. I think it's going to come out before the election. It's going to come out November the 1st, I think.
So it hasn't come out yet, and you've seen it?
It was a preview.
Like,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like a trailer or whatever.
Yeah.
Man, are you in with the Simpsons now?
You got an advanced copy.
Nah, they could have, especially the Simpsons. They could have done better. They're a smart show. But
that's the majority of the stuff, the complaints that I do hear about, like that he said these like fucking insane things, which are crazy. Like he does, like for sure. Like he says like fucking insane things, but I think he's like just like a fucking doofus more than anything, you know?
Yeah, he's a fucking doofus.
Mm-hmm.
He's silly looking.
yeah, he's a doofus. He take that trunk. That's right. You shut it down. That's right.
You see the town hall that he did?
No, I didn't watch those.
I just watched both of them today.
I just saw the Saturday Night Live version. So I'm only watching like political humor,
not real politics.
Yeah. Well,
did you see the debates? The one debate?
No.
Man, it's just a shouting match.
I saw some clips of it. Yeah, and it was just they're just yelling over each other.
Yeah.
And that's when I saw that, and I'm like, maybe they should have gone with a Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan would not have let that happen.
Alpha
male Joe.
He would have been talking the whole time. He would have let them talk.
Yeah, for real.
I watched one.
What's the cliche joke? Like he would ask them, "Have you tried DMT and stuff like that?"
Yeah.
He doesn't ask people that question that much though.
Yeah.
He went through a period of talking about it a lot.
Oh yeah.
Maybe
Yeah, it turned into I run a bit.
Yeah. So have you tried DMT? No?
I've been on for 20 years. I don't even know where to look for DMT.
Dude.
It's in everything, man.
That's the secret.
My dad was talking about like how like he tells all these insane stories about getting like fucked up and doing crazy shit and all this stuff.
Right.
He's got so many crazy stories. And then one time he was like, "Yeah, but once I turned 18, I stopped all that shit." Did all this shit before 18?
Jesus.
I think that like our like the older generations, I think they lived crazier earlier on than we do.
Yeah,
Sure.
Maya Angelou, didn't know this. She was a pimp.
What?
Really?
Yeah,
Huh.
Maya Angelou, she pimped out 2 lesbians at the age of 19.
Shit.
When she
Pimped about the dudes?
yeah,
Okay.
she pimped lesbians out to dudes.
So it's even more horrific that they didn't even have the capacity to enjoy it.
Yeah, so I didn't know that at the age of 19, Maya Angelou was a pimp.
She was 19 or
You,
they?
you,
Maya
you
Angelou
can
was
enjoy opposite sex just because you're a lesbian. You might be able to
I
enjoy
mean,
it.
yeah, the
It might not be the
strap-on.
ideal.
Well,
you
it's
can still
Strap
enjoy
on,
it.
man.
How do you know?
I don't know. I'm saying you probably could. I don't
You
think
probably
I don't
could.
think you got to rule out
I
enjoyment of heterosexual sex just because you're homosexual.
But yeah, those
Or no.
back in those days, they did a lot before like the age of 20.
Yeah, but well, I think it's still more horrific though, right? That she didn't even pimp them out to people that were of their own.
Unless they were down.
Well,
for it.
no, you also have to
Yeah,
understand too that time, because that's like that's before World War II, I think.
Oh, is that one?
I
Shit.
might be.
Is
might
she
be
still
wrong.
alive?
No, Maya's dead. She was
Okay, I
80
thought
when
so.
she died.
Okay.
But like, it was real homophobic then.
Yeah.
So people had to like fake being, because this is in her second book, and she was saying how like they faked being lesbians, but everyone knew that whole of like
They faked being lesbian?
No, they faked being straight.
Okay.
My bad. Yeah, they faked being straight, but like
She was
they were lesbians.
28 to 2014.
1928.
Yeah.
So what?
So she was 19, then that would have been.
So like 40, 47. So like World War II just ended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
So like homophobia is still around. Yeah. World War II ended 45. European ended May 10th, the day after my birthday.
Okay.
That's odd. Or May 8th or May 10th. Yeah. So they were all like pretending, and she just like pimped them out. She was homeless for like a long time. With a kid, she had a son. Yeah, read Maya Angelou. She's a crazy, wonderful woman.
I'll check her out. I think I just read excerpts throughout.
She also like influenced a bunch of comedians too.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
Yeah, she's like she had her talk with like Chappelle. I don't know if you've seen her episode.
Was she talked with him?
Yeah, there's like a TV show called Iconoclast.
I know of that show, but I never saw an episode.
Yeah, and Chappelle did it.
It was like two different like icons. talking to each other.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And there's one episode between like Chappelle and Maya. Maya, like, I think I was reading like Richard Pryor's book. Yeah, Maya Angelou was talking with Richard Pryor. Red Fox. She knew Malcolm X. She was buds with Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. What else? Yeah, she made Tupac cry. Like, she's an amazing woman.
Yeah.
Read Maya's books.
Like the books that she.
I Know Why
wrote.
the Cage Bird Sings.
Yeah, that's the one that I know about.
Yeah, that's her. She has like a trilogy of biologies.
So are you like a big like
autobiographies.
literature type person?
Yeah, I love reading.
Okay.
I love reading.
Yeah, I can't read very well, so I don't.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
Oh, man.
I'm just not good at it.
Stops you.
But
That'll stop you from reading.
yeah, that'll stop me. For me, it feels like reading a book to me is like if you were watching TV and had a crank on the side, you got to crank it in order for it to play.
You ever have the TVs where you had to get up and like to change the channels?
Nah, I always had a channel change.
Oh, you already there?
Yeah.
All right. Bougie over here.
You did have to hit it. I had a little old one. You had to hit it on the side.
Uh-huh.
So come on.
Yeah, but yeah, I love reading.
She does poetry too, though, right? Or
Uh-huh.
She did poetry.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I think that's what I read throughout high school and like college. Bits of her poetry.
Yeah, she's tons of poetry. Yeah, she did Bill Clinton's inauguration.
Oh, okay.
She was like the first poet to speak. I don't know, something like that.
Oh, sweet.
So she did a speech for his inauguration.
Yeah, she just signed poetry. She was like, Bill Clinton.
That would be fun. So like in there's like Norse mythology. So their god that they worship, he's the god of war and poetry. And I think it'd be funny if they had another god that was the god of slam poetry.
The god of slam poetry. He's a god of war and poetry.
Mhm.
It's the only god in the closet.
He's a god of like a few people, a few things like war, poetry, sex, a bunch of random shit.
The war and sex kind of makes sense.
Yeah, because love is a battlefield.
Hey, that was good. That was good.
That song.
I'll take that joke.
Nah, man, you can't have that one. All right, here's another one. Tell me if you want this joke, okay? So, the other day, I decided I had to get some protection for my house, so I got this watchdog, right? I got a watchdog. And then I come home one day, and I noticed my house was broken into. And then I go upstairs, and there's a burglar in my bathtub, and the dog is just scrubbing his back. I'm like, what in the heck, dude? I realized I didn't need a watchdog. I had a washdog.
That's your joke.
You don't want that one? You can tell that one on stage.
That's it. You said that like it was an incentive.
So people will listen to you.
You should set up a booth somewhere. Be like, free jokes.
Get your jokes here.
Discount jokes.
Yeah.
The big lots of jokes.
Does being able to like read stuff, does it help you to write jokes? Do you like sit down and like write?
Yeah. I yellow pen,
Okay.
and I'll just write. And then if like I'm out and about, I'll use my notes on the phone.
What do? You have an idea first, and you're like, oh yeah, that's kind of good, and you start writing like out free, like just stream of consciousness stuff.
Not really stream. I kind of like make sure I know what my premise is, and then I'll write. But like I try to make sure I have a punchline in there, because I know like Joe Rogan, he says he just writes,
Yeah.
and then he'll go back and do it. But nah, I like actually kind of like try to make the jokes while I'm writing.
Yeah. I can't do that free form writing. I've tried. Every time I try, nothing comes out.
I can't. Usually though, when I'm writing, like I'll have an idea and then I'll write, but like usually it's like, okay, from like a feeling. So I'm like, okay, what am I mad at?
That's good.
And then I'll find out like, and then I'll write something. I'll like, am I like insecure about something? And then I'll delve into that. So it's just like delving into like insecurity or like feelings. Yeah, it's my little diary.
That's good.
What about like editing? How do
I edit? So
Describe your
editing. So I listen to the set, and then I write down like word for word what I said.
Okay.
And then I highlight where the punchlines are, just to like learn. Okay, this is what a punchline looks like. And then then you learn what your setups are, and then you learn like would you have like a real premise, and then you just cut out. I just cut out the parts that like are not getting laughs, and then you kind of just so that shortens it, and then you have a more concise joke, and then you just build off of that, and then you just kind of like rinse and repeat. But it's just like writing down word for word what you said. So it can be a tedious task.
Okay,
it helps you remember it though.
Yeah,
when you write it down.
Okay.
Paper.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I've heard so much that like just being concise and having a small like word economy is like such a big deal. That's like one of the biggest things to do when it comes to coming up with jokes.
Yeah. I don't really. I try to shorten it down, but I'm not like I don't really think too much into that like word economy and what's it called? The laugh per minutes. Mainly the laugh.
Okay, that's a little bit. That's a little bit. Yeah. That's how you get like you win a contest or something.
Even that though, like I don't think the Richard Pryors or the Chappelles are giving a fuck about laugh per minutes.
Yeah,
it's all about like how it feels on stage, because you can have like a bunch of little chuckles here and there, but a bit that has like an interesting take and then a huge laugh at the end is going to be remembered more than the person who like just had the more laugh per minutes.
You just have to make sure that you can get them to come along with you.
Yeah, you just have to be interesting enough.
Yeah.
But it's all about the feel of it. If it feels good and it's not getting as many laughs, but it's still a good joke, I'll keep it.
Okay. I have this thing where sometimes I'll tell a joke and no laughter, and then somebody will be like, "That's a good joke."
Yeah, I hate that. It's like, why didn't you laugh? Or those people who like just smile.
But you know what? I think I take it as that has potential or something. Like I take it as like, or I take it as like your performance needs work. That's what I think that kind of means when somebody says, if they notice that it's a good joke because they listened to it and it wasn't funny, then something I did performative wise wasn't right.
Mm-hmm.
Or it might also be just that I don't know. I forgot what I was gonna say, but you know what? Like I think it's so weird comedy because expecting somebody to just laugh out loud is such an insane thing to me. Like expecting somebody to involuntarily go it's something you said. You know, I kind of if people aren't laughing, I'm like, I don't blame you, man. That's
I don't blame you. It is crazy what we do. We're controlling people's emotions. And like you said, like they literally you're starting from nothing and you're making something. Like it's insane what we do. Like the person can be pissed off and then you're making them laugh. Over
that's an accomplishment.
Yeah, it is an accomplishment over shit like that just happened to you that day.
Yeah.
We're I mean, comedians, we love to make ourselves look better than what we really are. But we're kind of like superheroes in a way. Just lame ass superheroes. Like we couldn't defeat any supervillain, but we make them laugh.
Yeah, you know, like not, you know, like it's. I don't want to like say that we're like you know, better than like what we actually are. We're kind of like gods, though, you know.
We're borderline.
It's kind of like supreme beings. So I've never had anybody be mad at me and like start laughing though. That's something that
Mad at you or something.
Mad at you?
Yeah, isn't that what you said?
Just mad in
you just
general.
meant mad in general. I thought you meant like somebody was like heckling you or something, and then they.
No.
That would be a pretty good accomplishment. Yeah, you ever seen that?
Him?
Yeah, you ever seen that Bill Burr thing where he get
that Philly incident?
Yeah. So you know what we're talking about. So he goes and supposedly the guy before, you know who went on before him?
It was like the whole show before him.
Yeah, and like they were just like being super rude and stuff and booing everybody, and then he went out there and just didn't do any of his material. He just like fucking roasted the city. Was Philadelphia city, right? The city, he roasted Philadelphia the whole time.
Their sports teams, all that stuff.
Oh,
it was impressive because it was like a stadium. It was like an outdoor venue, but it was like a good chunk of people. It was over like 500 people, or 1,000 people probably. And like they were just like booing. Mm-hmm. They started booing him because he started out with material. Yeah. And then they started booing him, and he was like, "Just fuck it." And he just like
he's like on hard.
He's like, "I hope your mother gets cancer in her ass, and you're gonna lick it out and shit like that." And then like he just turned this entire.
And then just started laughing.
Yeah.
I guess like you don't expect somebody just to go like that, but like he wasn't even like roasting them. He was just like insulting them.
Yeah, he's like, "This city's never gonna win a championship," and yada yada. And then like Patrice yelled something out to him to like help him, like a joke that would have been perfect. But Burr didn't hear him in the moment, and then he just started like going in on the comics back too. He's like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, the comedian is back there heckling me. So yeah, check out the Philly incident.
The biggest thing, the most successful, like biggest laughter that I ever get is when some shit happens in the moment and I address it though, like something in the room. I think that's like, but that's like kind of what it is, right? It's like being in the room is the most important thing, right? But I do kind of wish that I could bring that same energy into like jokes.
You just gotta find your voice though, but like just be you. Which is the hardest part in the beginning. Like for all like it's trying to learn who you are. I don't fucking know. I'm technically in the age where you're trying to figure out who you are, regardless of
you're doing double hard work.
So I have no idea who the hell I am. But yeah, it's not trying to be like anyone. So yeah, just do your own whatever your voice. Because that's what another thing too when I'm writing. I try to think of it as like how I would say with my friends. So like literally, I picture I'm sitting at the cafeteria table at like in high school, and I'm like, okay, how would I say it to them? Because that was like the most natural point.
Yeah, I think that's a hard energy to replicate.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because you're comfortable with your friends.
That's like
strangers.
Half of the probably like battle of becoming decent, just like learning to be natural and stuff,
Facts. More spawn.
What's that one thing called? Have you seen this this procedure that people do?
Oh, Jesus. Not that.
It's called shit. What is the name? What is the name of it? It's called.
He's got some dick procedure he shows everybody.
Oh, he's giving it away already.
I don't remember what it's fucking called.
You want to look at some pictures of some
deferens, something. Not a
vasectomy.
Not a vasectomy. It's something else that people fucking do this as part of their culture. It's right? Is that what it is?
Well, it's there's multiple tribes all around the world that do it. And what they do basically is they cut their dick in half.
Ah, I know what you're talking about.
You know that?
Shit. Yeah. You don't need to show me. I already know what you're talking about.
Okay, cool. So you cool. So you probably like.
I don't think I've ever seen a picture.
I think you've shown us like 3 times on this podcast.
I don't think I've seen a picture of a split log, but
people do it like as body modification too. Like it's like some people gauge their ears.
No. Yeah, no.
They'll also do split their penis in half.
I think that's definitely not in the same category.
Is this to become like a man or something?
Yeah, in some cultures, they do it to you.
Like a. Okay.
Not here though. Here it just means you're a weirdo.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I could never do
No, I'm not asking you. It's cool. You don't.
I know you weren't asking. All right, since we gave you a gift, you kind of owe us now. We're going to chop your dick in half.
I mean, it's only so much I can ask. That's not the right expression. What's the expression? It's the least you could do. It's the least you could do.
It's probably the most. It's probably the most. I don't think I could go back to my girlfriend with a split dick.
You don't think she'd be into it?
I think she'd appreciate it.
2 for the price of 1.
I don't think that's how it works. I think it's like cutting a dollar bill in half. It loses all value. It's meaningless.
What about have you seen any of those videos where people will fuck themselves in the asshole? Like stick their own penis in their ass?
I don't know what side of the internet you're on, but you need to get off of it. I do know what you're talking about because I saw Tom Segura's podcast.
I think that one's a little different.
It's like his balls.
I didn't see that. Did you pay for that?
No, I didn't pay for that.
I
saw the YouTube clip.
Oh, really?
Huh? You gotta pay for his podcast?
They do like live streams.
Oh, okay. Huh.
But because they're sticking balls in their ass, it's kind of like
like the guy does it on there.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, but like they brought him on. They brought him. Oh, why? I think I saw it on his Twitter because he posts like weird stuff on his Twitter. Tom Segura is a very eccentric guy.
I'm not on Twitter.
You're not on Twitter?
Yeah. I heard it's just a bunch of people arguing. Though.
Yeah, Twitter. Yeah, Twitter can be. I only go on Twitter to look up just to look at like some funny like posts that people post or whatever, or
like joke posts.
Like the memes and shit like that, but mainly for sports.
Okay.
It's just like catching up on sports.
That's the thing. Like I never got into sports. I'm like, I know that makes me like a weirdo, but for whatever reason, I never learned to be into it.
I get it.
Yeah, I never really got into it.
I mean, you're wearing a cape right now.
I like sports. Playing them, but
you like sports?
I like playing them, but I never got into like watching them.
Oh, for real?
With them or anything.
You played sports you played football in high school.
Yeah, I played football. I like first 2 years of high school. I played football because I was living. My dad was in the military, so I was living in Germany. So it was like a school of like 300 kids, 7th through 12th grade.
Wait, you played like football that everyone else in the world calls football?
It was American football, but it was just the military schools that would play against each other. And then I played soccer 4 years.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
What position do you play at football?
Well, they started everybody off as wide receiver and quarterback the first year. So I played those, and I couldn't fucking catch worth shit.
Really? So
So
they just
next
switch you
year-
to defense?
But next year they have you play defense offense. There's so few people like in
Okay.
those schools, so you got to play both.
Damn.
So the next year I was switched to linebacker on defense and offensive line because there's so few people.
What is offensive line?
It's the first like fucking
They're like big people.
The big fat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big fat.
You don't
Yeah.
think defense?
Yeah. It would have been a perfect cornerback.
No, but I can't catch worth shit.
Yeah,
So
you
they-
don't really
yeah.
need to catch as a cornerback.
I think I was just bad out there in general, like that, like
Yeah.
figuring that shit out. But I didn't play a lot on offense, but I did block one 300-pound dude out of the way, like for a successful like running back come on through.
Oh shit, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I'm surprised you don't tell that story all the time.
Well, it's a technique because it was my second year playing. I learned the technique of how to like block people and get out of the way. And this 300-pound motherfucker.
Wait, he was in high school and he was 300 pounds?
Yeah, it was these two brothers on that team. They're both like 300-pound motherfuckers.
Together? Like,
They're
they
huge.
play in the same outfit?
No, they're supposed to be huge motherfuckers, but this was the younger brother. He was in 9th grade. So he didn't really learn much shit.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I could tell, he didn't seem to learn much. He just thought, I'm big, I can get through.
I'll just run through.
But I was just like fucking, just chop my feet,
Fundamentals.
push them out of the way, yeah.
Fundamentals.
I was surprised myself. I was like, oh my God. This guy.
Do you like football?
Yeah, I like playing it for sure.
Which do you like better, football or soccer?
Soccer. I love playing soccer a lot, yeah. I play defense on soccer.
You look more like somebody that would play soccer to me.
Yeah.
Just your.
I think you're more of a soccer player.
Yeah, I'm smaller,
Yeah. But you play defense?
Yeah, I played stopper.
Oh, okay.
I mean, not just the size, just like something about, like, I don't know. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like something about like the way, like the look in your eyes.
He's got a soccer aesthetic.
Yeah, you got a soccer aesthetic.
But nah, I'm trying to get into soccer.
Yeah?
Watching it.
Oh, I don't really.
Yeah, I know you don't really watch, but I'm trying to get into it. I like just the soccer fans are probably, especially like European and actually really like everywhere else in the world, just soccer fans in general are like probably the best fans. Like that, cause
Best in what way? Like what makes them good
of just
fans?
the energy is insane.
Like did they just like party a lot when they're at the games or?
That, but also just the sport of soccer or football, as the rest of the world calls it. Because it's such a, what's the word? The fucking word escaped me. But like, there's not always that chance that they're gonna score. So that anticipation.
Okay.
All that
That's the
build
word.
up.
Yeah, there's a build up, and then
So wait, you're saying because they don't score a lot?
yeah,
It
because
makes it-
a game could be 1-0.
Yeah.
So there's all that anticipation, that build up to a score, and then when you like they're getting close to the goal, and like you can literally feel the whole crowd like together in unison, like oh,
Okay.
like take that breath in, and then if he misses, it's like ah. So then it gets like built up over time, and then when they
Okay.
score, it's all released. I have a Colombian friend, and when the World Cup was playing, we went to go to like at like this Colombian restaurant to
Okay.
watch it.
So you're just watching it in a restaurant. It's
Yeah.
the same energy.
And it was like packed with like 200 people. And like the energy was just insane. Like, and then when they score, like everyone just like jumps up, like beers flying everywhere.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. So like, I want to get into that.
Okay.
I want to be a part of that.
I'm sold. I'm gonna try to get into it now.
Yeah.
I do like watching sports if I see them on TV. Like if I'm at like a restaurant and they're playing.
You're not gonna actively like
Yeah, I'm not gonna search.
games.
Like
Yeah.
everybody's in like fantasy football leagues and shit like that too. It's like, man, I don't understand how
I think it
you
gets
could know all that shit.
really nerdy at that level.
Yeah, yeah,
You know?
yeah. There's that
Yeah,
aspect. 'cause
fantasy
to
is
know
very
that
nerdy.
much about these
Yeah.
people, and like to create your own teams, and I don't know.
Fantasy. I don't like fantasy because it makes me root for the other team.
Oh yeah,
I'm a big Pats fan. Shout out
Okay,
to
so
the
you're a
Patriots.
team kind of guy.
Oh
too.
hell yeah.
Gotcha. That's why I always thought it was weird whenever I heard about fantasy. I was like, so you're rooting for the other guy?
Yeah, because like
Wait,
if
why are you rooting for the other guy?
because so what you do is like you draft players,
Okay.
and then depending on how they perform, you get points, and then you're trying to beat the other team where they drafted their players. But you'll have like players from different teams. So I could have like Julio Jones, the wide receiver of the Falcons, on my team. But then if my Patriots are playing the Falcons, I kind of want Julio to do well so I can win in fantasy. But then I don't want Julio to do well because then he'll beat my Patriots.
So it's a bunch of different games, and you pretend like they're all on the same team together, but they're all spread out.
Yeah.
Who thought of that? That's such a bizarre idea.
The points are from like how well the
That person
individuals do.
Yeah.
Like depending on what their position is. So the points just add up. Right? Okay.
Yeah. So
But you pretend like it's a single team, though.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah, because you just draft your team, essentially.
So you're kind of betting on just what players you think are going to do really well.
Yeah, throughout the season.
Yeah. And can you only have like one quarterback and one wide receiver per game? Or like per week or whatever?
Yeah. You can only play one. Well, like you play one quarterback, like I think you can have like two running backs, two receivers.
But you can have multiple quarterbacks. You just can't play them all at once.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the thrill. There's a big like gambling vibe and all that.
Like people have to wear dresses.
It's
a lot.
very If
they lose, they always have to make them like.
No, they actually do money.
You have to wear a dress.
Yeah, you can make some money.
Yeah.
But
it's like $100 buy-in on some, depending on
Uh-huh.
what tier you're at. You make like $400 depending on how many people you got.
Okay. I would bet on something.
It's very like I loved playing fantasy. I just hated that I'm rooting for other teams, but like it's very addictive because you'll be there the entire like on Sunday, just scrolling through
Stats.
yeah,
all that
stats
stuff.
and like to see checking on if your players scored and stuff like that. Very addictive.
I can see that. It is nerdy as hell, though. I feel like people are getting nerdier, though, you know, in general. Like, I saw this old episode of Boy Meets World where the bully had a computer, and somebody was watching him, and they're like, "Oh, Harvey's a closeted nerd. He has a computer." Just owning a computer makes you.
No, it's cool to be a nerd now.
Now, video games, everybody plays.
So now being a nerd is not really being a nerd. Now, if you're like not really interested in things, then you're a nerd.
Because nerds are making money now. That's nerds are making because of video gaming.
Yeah. Twitch streaming, all that shit.
Yeah, Twitch. Yeah, being a nerd is dope now.
I want to make a movie about a bunch of bullies from the past that come to the present and beat all the nerds up. It's gonna be like a reverse Revenge of the Nerds.
You're gonna be kicking shit tons of people's asses.
Oh shit! We only got 2 minutes remaining. Anything you want to plug before it cuts out on us?
Follow me on Instagram at Daniel Dellanno 1. Dellanno is DELLANNO.
There's not an I in there?
No. Beautiful callback.
Come to the Lion's Den on Saturday.
Yeah, I will be there. What time is that?
9, probably. I don't know. Whenever I feel like it, man.
Yeah, but I'll be there.
Yeah, at Lion's Den in either Alpharetta or Johns Creek, one or the other.
Wow.
I think I'll be there. I'll probably be there.
It's Alpharetta. Lion's Den, Alpharetta. Anything else?
But no, that's all. I had a pleasure being on here. Thank you guys.
Yeah,
Thanks for coming on, man.
we appreciate it, especially the handies that you gave us. Those nice.
Hold on. I'm not trying to make it that bad in show business.
All right, and so it was. Television for the Smartarded. Out. Or as they say in Canada, out. I heard that really southern accent like
Ute.
Canada. As they say in Canada.